Well, you remember this lovely jar of mine, my stabilising jar. Fortunately it never did implode, so I'm still here to tell the tale. But it was a little bit risky, and it served its purpose, but it's been replaced. I got a professional stabilising chamber now, for want of a better words. I had to import it all the way from America, from Texas actually. I waited a long time for it, and I'll show you it now. Here it is, look. This is my new stabilising system, and I'll just put this jar down and bring you in for a closer look. On the top there I got a valve and a gauge to measure the vacuum inside the chamber. It's a long cylindrical chamber. Across to the right is my vacuum pump, and I know my friend John Lane, Moleskin Joe, he'd be very interested in this, because he said to me on Instagram, if you need any way of connecting it, let me know. Well, John, I got everything here I need. Sorry it's a little bit dark, but I've got the proper connection now. A quick release connector which draws the vacuum. It's airtight, it's wonderful, it's brilliant. I'm really happy. My pump had a few problems with using the previous resin that I was using. It clogged the veins of the pump up, so I had to strip the pump down, and I've cleaned the pump up there. So I had to strip the front of the pump off here, and strip all the innards of the pump out and the veins, and give them a rub down with some very fine emery, and clean them all up, and it's working a dream. It's working a treat. I'll just show you the. I was using up until recently wood hardening resins from the various DIY shops locally, and these resins are fine. They stabilise your wood. As I was saying, these resins are fine. They will stabilise your knife handles, but they're very volatile, and when you apply a vacuum to them, what happens? They actually boil away, and this was being drawn into the pump and caused me a few problems with my vacuum pump. But they will actually stabilise your handles. The only other problem with them is that they also have a very low melting point, so that when you actually grind and shape the handles, the resin melts, and then you end up with your belts all clogging up, and it takes you twice as long basically to grind it, to shape your handles, and also you're getting through your belts a lot quicker. So I've also imported from the States the proper cactus juice stabilising resin. It's got it reacts. You've got to add this second container here to this mixture. There's a gallon of it, and then basically put your scales. They've got to be prepped first. I've got some here actually. These are for some knives I'll be building shortly. These are oak at the moment, and they've got to go through a drying process. That's already well seasoned, but it's nowhere near where I want it for the knife scales. I'm looking at actually achieving 0 moisture percent in this wood before I actually stabilise it. And the way that I'm going to do that is bake this in the oven, believe it or not, on a very low temperature, about 100 degrees centigrade boiling point, and they've got to stay in the oven for probably overnight and maybe a bit longer to get all the moisture out of them. And then as soon as they come out of the oven, they'll be put into a plastic airtight bag and allowed to cool down. Because the problem with wood, as soon as you've removed all the moisture from it, it wants to draw any moisture it can from the atmosphere. So by putting the wood into the plastic bags, you seal the wood against the atmosphere, and then that then allows the wood to cool down. Once it's cooled down, it's into my new chamber, the resin's put on, the vacuum's applied, and then the 2-day process of actually stabilising these scales commences. And then of course after that, this resin's got to be cooked in the oven again at a certain temperature for a certain amount of time, and then I get absolutely rock steady, stable scales. So I'm really happy, because my journey into knife making has been such, it's been quite labour intensive. But as time's gone on, I've acquired the kilns, which basically run themselves through computerised controllers. Now the process with the scales, this chamber now is safe to be switched on and left, and the pump can run for hours and hours. So it's all designed to be almost self-autonomous. Obviously I got to load it and unload it, but whilst that's doing that, I can be doing other things in the workshop, whereas in the past I had to stand over it and watch. So this should free up more time for me to become more productive. I'll just show you the stabilising chamber in operation. So I'm sorry about the light conditions in here, because it's it's getting near winter time now, and it's, what's it now, 4 o'clock, and it's getting dark. Anyway, I'm going to turn the vacuum pump on and you just watch that gauge climb. At the moment it's drawing air in through here, so I can regulate that. If I close the valve off, you can hear it already beginning to hiss. Then you watch that needle go. Straight away there's a vacuum formed, straight away. And my word, that's a very strong vacuum indeed. The process of these scales will go through, they'll be under vacuum with the pump continually running for about 8 hours. Yeah. That's impressive. I'm impressed. That's brilliant. Okay, well, I'll remove the vacuum now. And I'll turn the pump off. This chamber, I had to import it from a guy in the States called Turntex Woodworks. So that's where it came from, and he builds them by hand, I think, and there was quite a waiting time for it. But anyway, there we are. I can now use the real cactus juice resin in the cactus juice vacuum chamber. So that concludes this video on my new vacuum chamber. Just a heads up for anyone that's interested. My friend and fellow knife maker Scott from Wessex Blades, occasionally he comes here. He's just he's been a hobbyist knife maker for the last sort of 5 or 6 years, I believe, but he's decided to become more professional at it, make a living at it. So Scott, it's not going to be easy. It's been a real hard struggle, but if I can help you, I will. And all the equipment here that I got in the workshop, you're welcome to come and use it if you need to use it. I've got 2 kilns, the Rockwell tester, the stabilising system, the other workshop through there with various tools and grinders and drills. And if it can help you, then you're more than welcome to pop over at any time. And so the rest of the YouTube community, you just you know, support him if you can. You know, I know he's not found things easy with his recent job and financial situation. So we're all behind you, Scott, and we wish you all the very best. So anyway, with that, I think I'm going to shut the workshop up now. I'm time for my tea almost. And I just thought I'd just give you a quick rundown of my vacuum stabilising system. Thanks very much for watching, and see you in the next video.